Well, I woke up with another headache this morning as the Phillies lose 4-3 to the Chicago White Sox. And boy, have I never seen so many missed opportunities in all my life. Is it really anything new at this point? I mean, really. Is it really anything new? This team could never just gain momentum, and they're just all cool all-star players just can't do anything, and we can't ever do small ball. We could never do small ball. We can't do the little things right. And that's why we didn't win the baseball game last night. We deserve to lose. We have that many opportunities to win, to score runs, and you don't, and you squander them, then you deserve to lose. Especially like a trash team like the Chicago White Sox, who are 47-60. You should be kicking their butt. But instead, we let them chip away back in the game. And Jason Vargas pitched well last night. We'll talk about that later. Instead, you let them just walk all over you in those later innings. When you have so many opportunities, the opportunities that we had, bases loaded, I'm not kidding you, two or three times. We had bases loaded, one out, twice, and we got absolutely nothing. Nothing. We got nothing. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. There's no way to sugarcoat it, folks. It's unacceptable. Good teams know how to do fundamental baseball and do the little things right, and they play small ball. And good teams know how to get those runs in. Sack flies. Hitting the ball, if there's a runner at third with less than 2 outs, hit the ball to the right side. You don't always have to hit home run every time. Bryce Harper. This is a message for him. What has he done the past couple of games, huh? He's done absolutely nothing. He's my favorite player, but he's been playing like real crap lately. Now, do I think he'll come out of it? Yes. But the what he's done the past couple games, it's been bad. And his average has dropped below 250. Now it sits at 248. Anyone here he's done the past 7 games? A whopping 125 average. Past 15, a whopping 232. So much for him being a good player after the All-Star break. Anyway, it's just really hard for me to keep my cool after a really bad loss last night. So I do think Harper will be okay, but he has to do the small ball. Stop trying to hit a home run every time. And he struck out with the bases loaded. It's just like he never just seem never gonna. He's supposed to be Mr. Clutch, and he hasn't done anything. He didn't do anything yesterday. Horrible game, 0 for 6 for him. But that was probably one of the roughest games he's ever played this year. So very, very frustrating. Jason Vargas was on the mound for the Phillies last night. I'm sorry, I obviously couldn't make a video after, last game. Jose Abreu, our player of the game here for the Phillies hot stove. Jose Abreu hit a 2-run home run in the top of the first to give Chicago won the 2-0 lead. And Roman Quinn hit a home run 405 feet to right field over the scoreboard. Roman Quinn, that was his first home run left-handed in his career. So, obviously a really, really rough game last night for the Phillies. But that was definitely something that really made me laugh. I can't believe Roman Quinn had it in him. I honestly, if you would have said last night, Roman Quinn's going to hit a 405-foot home run, I would have said, you're crazy. You're crazy. But sure enough, he did it. So, good job to little Roman Quinn, man. He's awesome. Harper got into a first, force out. Segura scored on a throwing error by shortstop Tim Anderson. Harper was safe at second. And now it's tied up at 2. So Harper did not get the RBI there. Segura singled to right. Quinn scored. And now it's 3-2. Top of the 9th inning. We had Matt Skoll. Well, first of all, we had Ryan Goins in an 0-2 count, and we let him get an infield single. We had an 0-2. Let him hit up a single. Then we have Sloak 0-2, and then we give him up an RBI single. This is something that good teams do. You have guys 0-2, you finish the job. Nothing infuriates me more than we're 1 strike away from winning the ballgame. You just piss it away, give it away. That really bothers me. That really, really infuriates me. That's unacceptable. And obviously, I'm going to say something about blowing games later. At top of the 5th, Jose Abreu singles to left. Garcia comes around and score. And it's now 4-3 Chicago, and that's how the ball game would end. So, first of all, Vin Velasquez Roman Quinn had to come on the pitch. He's the one who got the loss in this one. Vin Velasquez was out in left field. And I tell you what, he made one heck of a throw to home plate, and he was able to get the base runner. And it was like a one-hopper, fired it home. It was in time, and it was a great throw. So Vin Velasquez, what a great throw, man. So that's pretty cool. But we still lost the baseball game, so it doesn't really matter. I just want to talk about, obviously, Jose Abreu, our player of the game here. 3 RBIs, got the game-winning hit for the White Sox, so he was the difference maker in this one as they defeat the Phillies 4-3. Really rough night last night. Let's look at the box score in this one. Cesar Hernandez 2 for 4. Sean Rodriguez 0 for 1. Andrew Knapp 0 for 1. Zach Eflin 0 for 1. Gene Segura 2 for 5. Rhys Hoskins 1 for 5. Bryce Harper 0 for 6. Ouch. JT Muto 1 for 7. Skip Kingery 0 for 6. Ouch. Adam Hazley 1 for 7. Corey Dickerson 0 for 1. First up bat as a Philly. And fortunately he struck out. Michael Franco 1 for 4. Roman Quinn 3 for 6. Nice little day for Roman. I don't know. I mean, if Roman could keep this up, then he wouldn't be a bad bench player. Look at the pitching in this one. Oh my gosh, this is so much for me to read. Jason Vargas went 6 innings, 6 and a third, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, and a homer gave it up. I tell you what, he really pitched. I think he pitched pretty well. Obviously, he gave up the 2-run home run to Jose Abreu, but I think he pitched very well in this one, and he like I said, made one mistake, but all in all, a good game. Only gave up 5 hits and 6 in the third. That's better than what Zach Eflin would have gave us out there. It's better. And so I'll take it. Nice Phillies debut from Jason Vargas. Unfortunately, his team couldn't do anything at the plate, so that means that he didn't get the win. Morton pitched 2/3 an inning, 1 strikeout. Nick Pivetta pitched an inning, 1 hit, 1 strikeout. Juan Picasso, 2/3 an inning, 1 hit, 1 earned run, 1 strikeout. Jose Alvarez pitched a 3rd of an inning, 2 hits, 1 strikeout. Parker pitched 2 innings, 4 strikeouts. Eflin pitched 2 innings, 2 strikeouts. And Roman Quinn pitched 2 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks. And he got the L in this one. There's not much you could really do about that. I mean, I think people are mixed. So let's talk about the game now. We already reviewed the box score. So let's talk a little bit about the game. So I think people are kind of having mixed, opinions about this game. Some people want to blame the offense, and some people want to blame Gabe Kapler. But now, where do I stand on this? I blame both. I blame Gabe Kapler. I don't think he is the one who's all responsible for this. I think he's responsible for some of it, but he's not responsible for all of it. He's not the one going out there with the bat and the glove and having to play the baseball game. Okay, so he's the manager. Now, he does set the mindset for the team, and he's the one who's responsible for maintaining that clubhouse. So I do blame somewhat on him. But the offense, Bryce Harper 0 for 6, Rhys Hoskins 0 for 5, Bryce Harper swinging at the first pitch, Bryce Harper striking out with the bases loaded, Rhys Hoskins watching too many pitches go by. I mean, I think some of that has to come out in Gabe Kapler, but some of it has to be the players. They're just not playing up to their potential. Okay, and it's a very, very frustrating game. Very, very frustrating. And I don't want to knock Bryce or Rhys or any of these guys, but it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. I should be sitting here saying that we won the baseball game like 9-3. The amount of opportunities we had, we did absolutely nothing with them. Nothing. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. I mean, here you go. That's why I went to bed. You know why? Because I knew they weren't going to pull it off. They lost in 15. Thank God the Lord that I did not stay up and watch that dumpster fire of a team. I just no words really for this one. This one was really, really frustrating. Because I tell you what, I just no words. I'm out of words right now. I mean, the Phillies are just. They've given away so many games this year. And I understand that blown saves are inevitable. They really are. They're going to happen at some point. But I tell you what, the amount of blown games that this team has had, I mean, that's just ugly. And some of it has to come down on the management. Some of it has to come down on the offense and stuff. It never should have came down to that ninth inning. Okay, people want to sit here and knock Juan Nicasio. Yes, he sucks. But people want to sit here and knock him. But I tell you what, that single on the top shouldn't have mattered. Want to hear something? It shouldn't have mattered. You know why? Because we should have scored more than 3 freaking runs the whole entire game. I'll just be honest with you. That's why. That's why it didn't matter. Because our offense didn't do anything last night. So I just am so annoyed after this one. I really am. I mean, the amount of this missed opportunities. It just gives me a stomachache. It gives me a headache. Missed opportunities. I've never seen a team with so many missed opportunities. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. It's just mind-boggling. JT Muto striking out at the bases loaded. Bryce Harper striking out. JT Muto grounding into a double play at the bases loaded. I mean, like, it's so frustrating. And I understand. I'm going to sit here. JT hit a grand slam, obviously, like, I think it was I think it was this past weekend, right? It was a week ago, I think, last Sunday. So he had a screaming one hopper ground ball to Ron Goins, and Goins made a nice play, and he was able to get him out. But still, I still gotta sit here and sorry that's bad luck, but elevate the ball. Don't try to hit a home run every time, okay? Don't try to hit a home run every time. So it's unacceptable. So I blame both. To answer your question, I blame both the offense and Gabe Kapler. Now let's talk a little bit about Harper. People are getting on him. I was kind of on him last night, and he's my favorite player, and I always said I'll support him for the ebbs and flows. And I just want to say something. Just because I said that he's struggling right now and he's been horrible the past couple of weeks and he's been a disappointment this year doesn't mean that I'm hating him and I'm saying that he sucks and that he's not worth the money. And that's completely different. I'm just stating his flaws. So he's still my favorite player. So for the people out there who, overreacting and saying that I'm being way too hard on him, that's just not realistic. So it's hard to really, be positive after he went 0 for 6 last night with so many missed opportunities. Really? I mean, just a couple weeks ago, I mean, we were, I thought I was being a little bit too soft on him, so I kind of was, going a little bit, I'm going to, be a little bit, I don't want to be hard on him, but I want to, look at an objective standpoint. And that's what I did last night. So I kind of was objective about him. So, am I worried about him? No, but I'm just hoping to finish the year over 250 at this point. I think that's what we're hoping for, 250 batting average, and that's just kind of disappointing. I'm not gonna lie, it's just kind of disappointing. So I'm kind of just kind of bummed out after this one. I mean, I'm so happy I did not stay awake to watch this dumpster fire of a game. I'm so happy I went to bed, and so yeah, guys, not much really else to say here. I mean, Washington won. Of course, Washington won. So that means we're a game back from them. We can never ever just gain momentum on them. It's so frustrating. Yeah, let's see how they did with the Dodgers and the Braves. Yeah, they couldn't even beat them. And then you go to the Arizona Diamondbacks and they beat them, of course. Yeah. Whenever Washington plays a good team, they just never can do anything. So we play a bad team and we can't beat them. I've said this before. We actually don't do bad. I mean, sometimes we do, but honestly, I feel more comfortable playing a good team. We've struggled against the bad teams this year. The Miami Marlins, for one. The Chicago White Sox. That's an utter embarrassment. I mean, it's been a joke. It's been an absolute joke. I'm gonna sit here and rant a little bit. Okay, I'm sorry. That this podcast or this videocast has to be negative sometimes, but it kind of has to be after this one, right? How can you be positive? Think of a way how you can be positive after this 4-3 loss when you have so many missed opportunities. Just put the ball in play, Bryce. Stop striking out. I think the strikeouts are more frustrating. Your base is a little blown out and you get nothing. It's unacceptable. I'm sorry. I can't sit here and say, oh, yeah, that's okay. I'm sorry. I got to sit here and kind of be a little hard on him here. That's unacceptable. And that just doesn't go for Bryce. That goes for the whole entire team. I'm just saying that right now. The whole entire team sucks at fundamentals. You can never move guys over. Now, last night, Bryce Harper stole third and Scott Kareem. We were stealing some bases. I like that. That was aggressive. But to sit here and say none of this is Gabe Kapler's fault and it's all the offense's fault, I think that's both real. I think that's both ridiculous. I think you could blame both. I think half of it goes on Kapler because of his poor decision making, and some of it has to go on the offense, who never does fundamental baseball. And why don't they do fundamental baseball? Because their manager doesn't focus on that. So some of it has to come down on the manager. He's, as I say all the time, he sets the mindset for the team. He's the one, being, the guy who, to look on in that clubhouse. He's the leader of this team, believe it or not, because he's the manager. So, guys, we could say goodbye to the sweep. All we can hope for is next game's 2 games we win, which is always tough to rely on that. You lose the first game of a 3-game series, and now you're going to try to rely on winning the next 2, which is extremely hard. I don't care what team you're playing. The Phillies do it. I don't know. They're not going to get swept out, though. Don't worry about that. They're not going to get swept out. At this point, we just got to hope not to lose this series. I hate to say that. So welcome back to third place, everyone. What an absolute joke. This game had this disaster written all over it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please smash the like on this video. Please tell all your friends about these videos. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Thank you guys so much for all the subscribers. Check the social media link in the description below. Twitter, Instagram, Bryce Harper fan page. Everything of that is in the link description below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am Luke, and I will talk to you later.